8th day of August 2013, the August 8th, 2013. Thanks for finding time in your busy life to join me and my longevity team here with you live on the Genesis Communication Network Monday through Friday from 3 to 5 p.m. Central Time, from 3 to 5 p.m. Central Time. The devil is in the details, and don't you know it? The devil is in the details, and don't you know it? You may have seen in the news wires yesterday or today, Dustin Hoffman, right? Here's what the headline says. And remember, the devil is in the details. You got to read between the lines. Dustin Hoffman treated for cancer. Actor is in good health after being surgically cured, says a representative. Surgically cured. And furthermore, here's what it goes on to say. Dustin Hoffman, you remember Dustin Hoffman, of course, from Tootsie, right? The cancer was detected early, and he has been surgically cured, his representative, Jody Gottlieb, told People magazine. Dustin is feeling great and is in good health. In an attempt to minimize the chances of a recurrence, the 75-year-old actor will now undergo doctor-recommended preventive treatments. Okay, so number one, if it's cured, why do they need to do anything to prevent it from coming back? If you cure something, it's cured, and, it's not going to come back, number one. Number two, this is nonsense because they stuck in the word surgically here, right? Surgically cured is different than cured. That means the tumor was removed. Now, because MDs cannot cure cancer, because they can't even come close to curing cancer, because they have failed miserably, they have dropped the ball horribly in their treatment of cancer after nearly $1 trillion of research, they move the goalposts and they try to trick you. So, of course, rather than actually being honest about it and saying, you know what, our therapeutics stink, we don't have any idea what we're doing whatsoever when it comes to cancer, they mess up the language and they try to trick you by saying surgically cured. Now, most people on the street, they're going to miss that. They're going to miss that little distinction, surgically cured. So, for instance, if I have a little cancerous melanoma on my skin and it's biopsied out of there, that's surgically cured. Surgically cured. That's very different than curing cancer. And yet they throw this crap at us all of the time and expect us to buy it, and most of us do buy it hook, line, and sinker because we just don't know any better. And, we've got lives to attend to. We've got kids to raise. We've got jobs to keep. We have bosses to keep happy. We have mortgages and bills to pay. We have miles to go before we sleep. We have stuff to do. And we trust that the people who are handling our medical care know what's best for us. We trust that the person working in the big hospital on the hill, who we're paying hundreds of dollars a month just to gain access to it sometime in the future after our copay, we trust that they know what's best for us and that they're going to take care of us, when in point of fact, the medicine that MDs deliver is the leading cause of death, the leading cause of bankruptcy in the United States. And we get BS like this all of the time. Because, remember, the American Cancer Foundation, about 10 years ago, they even stopped using the word cure. They don't use the word cure anymore. Now they use 5-year survivability because they stink at what they do. Now, if you have cancer and you live for 5 years from the diagnosis, that's considered a successful treatment, even though you die from the cancer. Imagine that. It's the only profession that gets away with this type of nonsense, and we let them get away with it. And how is it that they get away with it? Because they have monopolized the medical theater. For goodness sake, it's nonsense. Oh, and there's always two sides to every coin, right? So that's the bad side to the coin. Here's the good side to nutritional coin. New research just published shows that adolescent behavior and brain chemistry, good brain chemistry, are uniquely sensitive to omega-3 fatty acid deficiencies, A study examined consecutive deficiencies in omega-3 fatty acids, which can affect teen behavior. Study experts at the University of Pittsburgh report that dietary deficiency of omega-3 fatty acids have been implicated in the symptomatic onset of schizophrenia and mood disorders in teenagers, which means they've now linked conclusively a relationship between dietary deficiencies of fish oil, omega-3 fatty acids, and crazy behavior. And I mean crazy behavior. Like crazy, like get my knife, I'm going to kill my neighbor behavior. Like I want to sit in the corner and cut myself behavior. This kind of nonsense, right? Big bad voodoo daddy mood disorders in our teenagers. Related not to Prozac deficiency, but to an essential fatty acid deficiency. But wait a minute, I just thought that last week they told us that EFAs are related to cancer. Well, they're not, because that research was tweaked. That research was just bad science. No matter which way you slice it, it was just bad science. But that's the research that gets front page headlines. This research, you're not going to hear about this. You're only going to hear about this if you're a medical professional, if you subscribe to certain medical journals that actually do some good, new-fashioned medical nutrition research. There are some organizations in the world that are doing that. It's not just Dr. Glidden and Dr. Wallach. There are actual health organizations in the world, research facilities around the world who are actually doing good research with medical nutrition, but you're never going to hear about their findings on mainstream media. You're always going to hear about the cockamamie nonsense. Oh, fish oil causes cancer. Well, no, it doesn't. Vitamin E causes cancer. Well, no, it doesn't. It's bad science. But most people in the United States, right, having, maybe a high school education, maybe, certainly not very much of a scientific education. Very small percentage of United States citizens actually have some type of a college degree in the sciences, not the arts, the sciences. So the average person on the street can't make a distinction between bad research and good research. They can't make a distinction between a surgical cure and a cure. They just hear the cure word and they think to themselves, oh, finally, those MDs, they're able to cure cancer. Well, no, they're not. You have been played again by the media and the pharmaceutical industry, and you're going to hell in a handbasket. My website, fireyourmdnow.com, has up-to-date, science-based, clinically verified information about our perspective, the naturopathic holistic perspective, on the pathogenesis of disease, how it happens, why it happens, and what to do to support and promote your body's ability to fix itself when it happens. All this for the ridiculously low fee of $20 a month, $195 a year. You get 2 months and 1 week free. 2 months and 1 week free if you buy the whole year. And yes, I'm pitching it. I'm going to pitch it every day, because if everybody in this country had a subscription to my online health recovery service instead of comprehensive medical insurance, everybody would get better. There would be a wave of healing that would sweep across this great country of ours, a wave of healing. Again, the medical system that's in place does not need to be tweaked. It does not need to be regulated. It does not need to be modified. It needs to be abandoned because it does not work. And it's the same in Canada. It's the same in the European Union. Your MD does not know what's best for you. Your MD only knows what they've been trained in, and what they've been trained in is one small piece of the pie of medical science. It's referred to as allopathic reductionism. It believes that your body is a machine made of parts. It was a coincidental amalgamation of biochemicals that happened years ago in some antediluvian swamp and that evolved into you. There is no spirit force. There is no soul force. There is no life after death. Consciousness is a function of biochemistry. This is what the MD believes. Once you're sick, you're screwed. Your body has no ability to fix itself. It's not the MD's training to help you heal your body from any health condition. It's the MD's training to manage your symptoms with drugs. Manage your symptoms with drugs. Manage your symptoms with drugs. Now look, I can prescribe drugs. Sometimes you can use drugs in a curative manner. You can do that. But the MDs don't do that. It ain't the gun, it's how it's used. It ain't the drug, it's how it's used. When an MD uses a drug, it's the leading cause of death and the leading cause of bankruptcy. 12 or 17 women a day in the United States die because of an overdose of prescription pain meds? Can you imagine what would happen if one chiropractor or one naturopath or one herbalist or one acupuncturist gave one patient one herb and it killed them? Be front page news. Don't go to see those quacks. They're going to kill you. But the MDs kill 12 people a day. They kill 780,000 people a year, and we don't bat an eyelash. Because we are deeply down the rabbit hole. We are deeply mystified. We are deeply caught up in the cultural myth that the MD can do no wrong. And I don't know where that started. I'd love to know where that myth started. It's been around for a long time. You know, major religions talk about this. This is not a religious show. I'm a spiritually oriented person. I believe in God. I have a spiritual focus in my life. It's a very strong part of my life. Not religious, spiritual. There's a difference. But every major religion in the world argues, there's good and evil. There's God and the devil. There's the dark forces and there's the light forces. Even George Lucas. The dark side, right? Well, the dark side is controlling what's going on. I mean, think about it. The type of medicine that is the only type of medicine that's delivered in the world, the only type of medicine that's sold to you as medicine, as being really real medicine and everything else is alternative quackery, the only real medicine that's being sold to you as such, what type of a track record do they have? Who were the doctors in the concentration camps of World War II? Were they naturopaths? Were they chiropractors? Were they acupuncturists? No, they were MDs. Who was the founder of communism in China? He was an MD. For goodness sake, the leading cause of death, the leading cause of bankruptcy, MD-directed medicine, the only medicine they pitch to you as being the epitome of medicine is the reverse. Whatever your medical doctor tells you to do, ladies and gentlemen, do exactly the opposite. You'll have a much better go of it. Knowledge is power. Let's, stop the nonsense. Let's lift each other up into the wonderful world of health recovery through science-based, clinically verified medical nutrition. 866-582-9933. That's the number to call. 866-582-9933. I will be taking your calls when we come back. Welcome back, everybody. Dr. Peter Glidden here, your friendly neighborhood naturopath, reminding you that only you can prevent allopathic reductionism. Join me, please, for my webinar tonight. It's going to be a live webinar for subscribers only tonight. It happens at 8 o'clock Central Time, and it's all about liver health. It's all about liver health, how to support and promote the structure and function of your liver. And we're going to be busting myths left and right tonight all about the liver, because I got to tell you, man, there was a lot of misconception. There was a lot of misinformation in the world about liver detox and gallstones and all this stuff, some of which is true, some of which isn't. I'm taking the Zen naturopathic sword. I'm taking a swing at these myths tonight. You're not going to want to miss it. This is going to be a lot of fun. Normally on these webinars on Thursday nights, we have a couple of hundred people from all over the world just to be in the chat room with all of these people from all over the world, all of whom think like you do about medicine and what's going on here in the world and what to do about it. People that are actually involved in making a difference in the lives of those near and dear to them, even in the lives of total strangers. I mean, it's just a joy to be in that company. I hope you can join us tonight at 8 o'clock Central Time. You can sign up for a subscription right now and have access to it, 8 o'clock tonight, plus over 80 hours of archived health recovery information. I mean, really, check it out. It's $20. Be the best $20 you ever spent. As promised, we're going right to the phones now. By the way, we do have lines open. 866-582-9933. That's 866-582-9933. Going up to Canada to talk to Dave. Hey, Dave, thanks for the phone call. You are live.
Hi, Dr. Peter Glidden.
What's going on, Dave?
Well, I have some questions. I stumbled across something the other day that surprised me. I heard that there could possibly be a cure for herpes simplex virus, and it involved minerals.
Imagine that.
Without saying any names or anything, yeah, I heard, the minerals push it out of your spinal column, and by boosting your immune system will take care of that.
Well, it's interesting, isn't it? Where did you? Well, that's news to me. I mean, I'm not privy to that information. Well, what I do know is that minerals are necessary for every single metabolic function in the body, and that lacking vitamins, the system can make use of minerals, but lacking minerals, vitamins are useless. Minerals are the fundamental building block of health. So, therefore, because, we're educated in the holistic method, we can extrapolate that because the body is a complex system of interrelated parts, in order to optimize the function of the immune system, then minerals must be a necessary thing. And what you're telling me is you're privy to research or some type of finding somewhere that said herpes simplex resolves easily under mineral administration. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's, I've done a lot of research on it, and I was just shocked to hear that, I'm not sure exactly whether it's true, and so I do take longevity products. I've been on a bit of a health kick. I've seen the benefits of, beyond tangy tangerine, for example. I've turned a lot of people onto it as well. But, I do believe that minerals might be the solution.
Well, you want to run down the source, right? You want to try to run down the source and get that to me. Because if it's a valid source, I mean, if it was research from a major university or even if it was research from a minor university, I don't care. If you can run down the source that you got that from, get it to us. I'd be very interested in looking at that, right? This is how we work. We're all in this together.
Sure, I can send you that. I just didn't want to say it on the air for, copyright reasons or whatever. So I can certainly forward that to you. Just to your email?
Yeah, do you have my email?
I don't offhand. I could probably find it. But...
All right, stick around when we're at the break, which is coming up in a minute, and I'll speak to you off air and give you the email address. And I'd really look forward to having that research. I appreciate it, Dave. Stick around. We're coming up against a hard break. Well, this is how we do it, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody knows everything. The MDs think they know everything. There's a difference. When, it's like the fella said, right? The fool that knows he is a fool is that much wiser, but the fool that thinks he is wise is a fool indeed. We're all in this together. My knowledge helps you. Your knowledge helps me. We're a collective consciousness here, like a honeybee hive. So let's all work together to lift our friends and family and church members and community members up into the wonderful world of science-based, clinically verified, holistic health. 866-582-9933. Give me a call. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Dr. Peter Glidden here, your friendly neighborhood naturopath, your steadfast advocate for health, helping you to figure out what you can do with science-based, clinically verified alternative therapeutics. They're not alternative to me. They're alternative to everybody else in the world. Science-based, clinically verified naturopathic therapeutics in order to support and promote your body's ability to fix itself, which is easier than you might think it is. We're going from Canada to Colorado now to talk to Patricia. Hey, Patricia. Thanks for calling. You are live.
Yeah, this is Patricia Mauser. I've been on the plant-derived minerals for 5 months, and they have helped, but I'm seeking credit counseling and stuff, but I don't know how much of it will go through so far, and I'm in deep debt, and so I can't afford to take the basic start pack, and I don't want to get glaucoma and stuff. So what would you recommend till I can afford
no. So you're thinking about this backwards, right? So Dr. Wallach set this company up. This is not a normal vitamin company. This is a networked vitamin company. So you can become a member of Longevity. And I believe the lowest membership now is $20. You can join Longevity for a one-time $20 membership fee. And as a Longevity member, you can start to turn other people in your life onto these products. And as they buy products, you get paid. As they buy products.
I've been working on that, and I haven't been able to get anybody, so I don't have...
Okay, so all right, so here's what you do, right? I mean, if you wanted to learn how to fire, a rifle, successfully, you wouldn't just buy a rifle and go out into the field and start shooting things. You could do that, but it would be better if you had somebody teach you how to do it, if someone taught you everything there is to know about it. When you were a kid and you learned how to drive, you didn't just jump into a car all by yourself. You got into a car with someone who knew how to drive, and they showed you the ropes. Well, so what you want to do, Patricia, is call Youngevity, call the 800 number with Youngevity, tell them who you are. They'll find you in the system, and then ask them.
In the system.
I know you are. You want to ask Youngevity who is in your upline. Who in your upline is successful at building the business? Who in your upline is successful at building the business? Get in touch with them. Say, hey, my name's Patricia. I'm in your organization, and I would like you to teach me how to be successful at this business.
Oh, he's working on that. He's working on that. He's trying to put together a real nice tool, and he recommended me some things, and I've been practicing some of the things he's recommended. But what I'm trying to say is I don't want to catch glaucoma.
Well, all right. So have you eliminated the 10 bad foods?
Pretty much. It's hard, though, when I eat out of somebody else's pantry, but I've been working at it.
Okay, so you really, really want to do a good job with that. And if you're specifically trying to eliminate or avoid glaucoma, you want to eliminate fried food and oil in a bottle. Fried food and oil in a bottle. So no salad dressing, no olive oil, no anything fried. If you're going to cook something in a skillet or a fry pan, use butter or lard, but not oil. Use butter or lard, not
that's
oil.
That's the bad food that attacks the eyeballs is the oil.
Well, oil is a big oxidative damage, free radical donor, and free radicals cause oxidative damage, and oxidative damage destroys the eyes. So, of all the 10 bad foods for eye health, the most important ones to avoid are fried food and oil in a bottle. Fried food and oil in a bottle. Now, the next thing you could do would be selenium supplementation. Get 1 bottle of selenium. I think that's $24.50. 1 bottle of selenium. Selenium is very, very good, very, very good as a preventive for eye health. Selenium supports and promotes the structure and function of your eyes like nobody's business. And
can I ask you something, please?
Yeah.
If I got 1 credit card on counseling, so that means I could either choose between going to the Mighty 90, which is the cheap 90, or going on Selenia. I don't know. I know that getting more than just minerals would help too. Well,
so the Ultimate Classic and the EFAs would be a very good way for you to go. 1 bottle of Ultimate Classic and 1 bottle of EFAs.
I think I could afford to go Beyond Tangerine and EFAs.
All right. Well, the Ultimate Classic would be better because the Ultimate Classic, it's less expensive and it has calcium in it. The Beyond Tangerine doesn't. So if you're on a limited budget and you want to really maximize your nutrients, the best way to do it is with 1 bottle of Ultimate Classic and 1 bottle of EFA Plus. 1 bottle of Ultimate Classic and 1 bottle of EFA Plus. The company used to have that bundled together as a product. I think it's called the Ultimate Classic Health Pack, I think. But check that out. That's what I would do. And then as your Youngevity business grows, as you get more successful at this, which inevitably you will do, then add the selenium to it, and then go to the normal healthy pack, and then more selenium, and then life is good. But into the bargain here, you can also do things like green tea instead of coffee, and add cinnamon to your daily intake of food. Add curry powder to your daily intake of food. These things are all high in antioxidants.
I've been using curry powder.
Great. That's really good.
I don't always use cinnamon. So you would go Ultimate Classic 90 and then put the selenium on, then go to the Start Pack. I was going to go to the Start Pack if I could go all the way.
If you can go all the way, then go all the way.
I was going to go to the Start Pack first before I tack the selenium on.
That's what I would do. Because, the 90 essential nutrients has a little bit of selenium in it. The Ultimate Classic and the EFA Plus has a little bit of selenium in it, but if you're really worried about supporting your eye health, and more selenium is a good idea.
All right. Well, I do thank you for your time, and I've been working on my business. I've loaned out CDs and stuff, so I've been trying. But I have been getting a lot of no's. People don't have enough money to do it, or they're on diets that their doctors won't let them do it, or whatever. I'd be told a million excuses.
I know. So then you're not alone here, Patricia. This is why we have to show it to 20 people to get one.
All right.
So just keep at it. Show it to more people. Show it to more people. Show it to more people. Eventually, you'll catch a fish, and that's how we do it. It's not you, Patricia. It's humanity. People are stubborn. People are stuck in their ways. People are, hesitant to change,
I've been hustling on Facebook, too. I don't know if you know my page, but my page is Patricia Ryan Mauser. If you want to check me out on Facebook, I have
Spell it for us, Patricia. Spell it for us.
Patricia Ryan Mauser is my Facebook. And
how do you spell Mauser?
Mouser.
Okay, so it's Patricia Ryan, R-Y-A-N, M like Mary, O-U, S like Sam, E-R?
Yes, and I have a page called Mauser Patricia Health and Wealth Company, and that's my longevity page.
Gotta love it. Mauser Patricia Health and Wealth Company. Check it out on Facebook. Thanks for calling, Patricia. I wish you the best of luck going from Colorado to Texas to talk to Shannon. Hey, Shannon, what's going on down there in hot and steamy Texas?
It is hot and steamy, Dr. Glidden. I have two different concerns. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Loud and clear.
Okay. One is a lady that I'm working with. There's several different concerns. She has diabetes. The doctors have put her on about 14 different medications, including a statin drug. And so I know how to deal with the basics with the cholesterol, with the diabetes. But something else that she gets that I have no idea and I need your help with is she gets shots in her stomach because her body does not make blood. So her last report showed the numbers are supposed to be between 12 and 16, and she's at a 9. She's recently stopped those shots, and so I don't know why. But this is something that her grandfather did not make blood. Her parents, her mom did not make blood, and her sister, and she has the same thing. What is that?
Well, I don't know. There's probably some, von Willenbrand's hemochromatosis or hemophilia or some crazy long medical name. It doesn't matter, right? Because what we do in every instance is eliminate the 10 bad foods, give the body the 90 essential nutrients appropriate for body weight, increase up the ante with your antioxidants, and then a couple of extra add-ons depending on what it is we're trying to support and promote. Now, in this case, we're trying to support and promote the production of blood. Blood production happens in the bone marrow. When the bone marrow becomes infiltrated with connective tissue, it stops producing blood because there ain't no more bone marrow. It's connective tissue instead of bone marrow. One of the reasons that bone marrow, ostensibly anyway, becomes infiltrated with connective tissue is because the bones are running out of the nutrients they need to maintain their integrity. So I would approach this the same way that I would approach arthritis. So I would do extra calcium, glucogel, and selenium. I would do extra calcium, glucogel, and selenium, and I would do that for 6 months. If this is a lifelong thing, and I have no idea about the familial thing, I doubt very much that this is a genetically inherited disorder. It's probably a nutritional deficiency disorder that's been passed along. And, because the family eats the same and they cook the same, and what you can do is inherit, everybody's body has a weak link. There are over 270 illnesses caused by not enough calcium, right? But so that's why you could have, 10 people who live in the same neighborhood. They all were born on the same day into different families. They each have calcium deficiencies, and they each have a different illness. Well, why did this one person get arthritis and their next-door neighbor got high blood pressure and their neighbor across the street got ringing in the ears? Well, nobody knows. So, without trying to overthink this or, get too hyper-involved here from a pathophysiological point of view, just for 6 months, give her more glucogel, more calcium, and selenium appropriate for her body weight and see what happens. And also look to see, by the way, if she has other calcium deficiency things, right? Like high blood pressure or bad menstrual cramps or twitching muscles or chronic low back pain or arthritis, right? You know, inability to fall asleep. You know the rundown. Look to see if she has other calcium deficiency diseases. Heartburn, I mean, is the easiest. And I bet you're going to be surprised that she's going to have more than one. The deal here is to support her bone marrow, and we do that by supporting her bones. Sound like a good idea, Shannon?
Yes, one question about the glucogel, because I have several people that I'm dealing with arthritis, and they're also diagnosed with gout, and so I'm trying to get away from shellfish. And I thought that the liquid glucogel was a shellfish-free product, but recently someone got in touch with me and said they read on their bottle that it isn't.
Well, so there's a difference between OsteoFX Plus and Beyond OsteoFX Plus. Now, the Beyond OsteoFX Plus is shellfish-free. The OsteoFX Plus is not. So it has to say Beyond OsteoFX Plus. And the Beyond OsteoFX Plus comes in two forms. It's a liquid form and the new powdered form. So either the new powdered form of Beyond OsteoFX Plus or the Beyond OsteoFX Plus liquid are shellfish-free. However, if it just says OsteoFX Plus, there's shellfish in it. So that's the distinction there. Thanks for the call, Shannon. We're up against the break. Hang on. I'll take the next question on the other side. Hey, everybody. Welcome back. Dr. Peter Glidden, your steadfast advocate for health. We have Shannon from Texas still on the line. I think she's got one more question. Fire away, Shannon. How can I help?
Okay, Doc, I have a person that I've been working with rheumatoid arthritis. She was diagnosed 15 years ago, and when I got in touch with her with the message from Doc Wallach, she was being given a chemotherapy treatment. She's on the Healthy Bone and Joint Pack 2.0. She's doing 15 glucogels a day out of that, 2 Fucoid Z a day, 3 CM Plus gels. She's doing a Flora, and she's doing enzymes, one before each meal. She's been gluten-free for 3.5 weeks now, avoiding the bad stuff, not exercising, just trying to get her minerals built up. But I'm just trying to find out what to expect. Obviously, I mean, I think what has happened is because she's gone off of what was suppressing her immune system, her pain has increased from what she would say maybe a 3 to a 5, in between 1 and 10. But she has like a pretty incredible amount of swelling in her hands and feet that has increased. And she's using CM cream on them twice a day, but she says that's really not giving her any relief.
All right. So we're going to cut to the chase here. Is she taking Killer Biotic?
Yes, she is 9 a day.
Okay. All right. How much does she weigh?
She weighs about 140.
Okay. So as an experiment for 14 days, have her take 4 ounces of calcium a day. As an experiment for 2 weeks, have her take 4 ounces of calcium a day in addition to what she's doing now. 4 ounces a day, 1 ounce 3 times a day, and a little bit of orange juice each time. And see if increasing the calcium doesn't knock down the symptoms. I'm going to bet you that it is. And how old is she?
She's early 40s.
Oh, only early 40s. All right. So we would anticipate in a case like this there to be some type of noticeable, measurable, positive change somewhere in her body. You know, maybe not in the joints, but somewhere else, right? Sleep, mood, appetite, energy, stamina, sex drive, I mean, anything, right? There should have been already in her life a noticeable and measurable positive change. Has she reported anything positive to you at all?
She said that she can tell, and I emailed her back to ask her what she meant by this, but she said she can tell that her joints are stirred up, but something's going on joint-wise, but because it seems like her inflammation.
She might be hyper-focused on the arthritis, so just get in touch with her and, say, look, this is a holistic program, and in the first 90 days we anticipate something to improve somewhere.
Yeah.
And once we get some type of improvement, that's the good sign that we're doing the right thing. Then we just have to dial this in. I'm going to bet you that she just needs to take more calcium in a more dedicated fashion because she's having trouble absorbing it.
Okay.
People with rheumatoid arthritis, which is a big, bad voodoo daddy type of arthritis, usually have a bad absorption problem, and that's one of the things that's fueled the arthritis going into a rheumatoid thing, right? And, Dr. Wallach has taught us that the difference between arthritis and rheumatoid arthritis is in the rheumatoid condition, there's a little bug living in the joint. And how is it that a little bug got in there? Because the immune system was weak. Why was the immune system weak? Because the digestive tract was messed up from decades, in her case, of eating all the wrong food all the time. And, different people have allergies to cats that are of different levels of intensity. Well, different people have different levels of reaction to wheat, barley, rye, and oats and the other 6 bad foods. So in her case, I'm going to bet you that she's particularly sensitive to the 10 bad foods, especially gluten, and that her consumption of gluten has hammered her gut. So it's going to take her longer to get to a place where she can absorb the appropriate dosage. So to test out my theory, for 2 weeks, give her 4 ounces of calcium a day, 4 ounces of calcium a day, and see if she notices a difference in the joint pain. If she does, then that's a wrap. She can just maintain the increased calcium dosage, or, really make sure she's gluten-free and give the program more time, because it's all going to come together after a fashion. But make sure, in order to keep her dedicated and excited about the program, she's looking at other things in her life as well, in addition to the arthritic stuff. Thanks for everything that you do, Shannon. You are the last best hope your community has to live long and healthy lives. Keep up the good work down there in Texas. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Peter Glidden, thanks for tuning in.